So here I am, ladies and gentlemen, minding my own business, working on my desktop. As you guys can see, we got a new AMD Radeon RX 5700. We also got a MSI motherboard. It is an X470. I believe this is a Ryzen 2700X, 32 gigs of memory. And then we have our old graphics card just for when we want to stream, when we do start streaming. I know you guys are thinking, TheCaliEffect, this is not what I'm here for, but let's just admire this beauty and mad shout out to my man Eric Cunningham for making this happen. One would like to say, hey TheCaliEffect, what are all of the things that you use to record live videos? And we'll actually possibly be able to get that with a video. What you guys are here for is to actually talk about the new game, the Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution game. It's exclusive for the Switch. I actually had to steal my friend's Switch so I can even play this game. So I'm gonna be opening it up, talking about the game, playing the game, and giving you guys my honest review. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go hit that notification bell because, well, y'all gonna, because they all literally, you did it, they did it. I'm the only person that didn't do it because I was like, everybody, you have to buy some, didn't you? Anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna be talking about this Legacy of Duelist Link Evolution, its pluses, its minuses, and everything in between. Let's see how fun this game really is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so opening up the Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Oh man, I don't even have, how do you get this thing open? Here's some scissors. Bam! Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and open this bad puppy up. It does come with three different it does with three different cards for the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. But what you do get is Prog Lego. And this card says, I don't know if you guys can see it like this. Let me actually just move over here. This card says, during your main phase, if you control this Link summoned card, you can banish this card from this card and one of your monsters this card points to, then target one Link monster in either graveyard, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use the effect of Proglio once per turn. It requires two monsters except tokens, points sideways. I think that's a pretty cool card. Opening up our pack, we're going to be able to get some other cards. We're going to get Microcoder, which says if a Cyberse monster you control would be used for a Link material for a Cold Talker monster, this card in your hand can also be used as material. If this card is sent from the field, if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard as material for a Link summon for a Cold Talker monster, you can either add one Cynet spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, or if this card is on the field, it was used as material, you can add one level 4 Cyberse monster instead. You can only use Macro Cold Talker once per turn. This is actually a pretty good card. The lastly is Cynet Codec, and it says if you control a Cold Talker monster, special summon this card, if you control a Cold Talker monster, special summon from the extra deck to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters, add one Cyberse monster with the same attribute from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Cyberse monsters, even if this card leaves the field. You cannot add other monsters with the same attribute to your hand by the effect of Cynet Codec this turn, and you can only activate the effect of Cynet Codec once per chain. That's actually a pretty good card. I do think that the Codec monsters, the Cyberse as an archetype, getting out that Decode Talker, Encode Talker, and whatever those other monsters are, it's pretty exciting, and probably we may see a deck profile on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and start playing the game, and then I'll give you guys a review as I get deeper into the game. Okay guys, so opening up the game, I apologize for my little bit of a setup. My Elgato, actually I decided to buy an Elgato, possibly do streams, isn't in yet, so we're gonna have to suffice for this. I actually got to play the game for a little bit, and when I first played it, I was like, oh, when I very first picked it up, I was like, cool, you know, it feels like Worldwide Edition has everything. One thing I do want to point out is that your screen changes every single time you come back to the main screen, which is really cool. But you pick up this game and you're like, oh cool, you know, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh game, blah blah blah, and you gotta just put it down to the side for a second. And I promise you, it's for a second, because once I put that thing down, I started to do other things and I was like, man, I kind of want to play, and I just picked it right back up. So it does have that effect on you. It's pretty addicting to play because there are so many game modes. I'm going to be explaining the game modes. Then after that, I'll be talking about some things that I do like, as well as some things that I think could be improved inside of this game. So starting off, we're gonna go into single player mode, and one thing that I do think is probably the best thing about this, people will argue time after time again, why play this game when I can go to a third-party software, which has all of the cards available, which is true, but they don't have something like a campaign. That's right, you get Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Varaines up in this thing. And it's not just a, oh, play these duels whatsoever. It literally is the campaign. You can legitimately go through the entire story of every single, that's right, every single iteration of Yu-Gi-Oh! For the exception of Varaines. But from what my understanding is, actually, I already know, they are going to be updating this. It's actually a list of updates that are going to be coming out, so you can almost guarantee we'll get a lot more Varaines than just these 3 stories. And if I remember correctly, the earliest update is, I want to say late August or early September. It's very soon, but it's just really cool to be able to go through the entire story. Right now I'm going to be playing against Bakura in the Spirit of the Ring. Let's go ahead and show you guys a little bit of a game. As you guys can see, he says let's have a duel right now, no star chips, just for a little fun, just like in the anime. And then Joey Willers, I'm down for that. After all this star chips and stuff, it would be nice to have a duel with no strings attached. And Yugi agrees, and then here's where I'm pretty sure he's gonna go dark. Yep, there he goes, Dark Bakura, just like in the anime. Yes, with the power, with the magic of my Millennium Ring, I will take us to the Shadow Realm. Oh man, so yeah, Bakura is, if you guys didn't know, I didn't mean to be a plot or a spoiler, but Bakura is a pretty evil guy. You'll pretty much find out pretty soon. But yeah, as you guys can see, you can even use the story deck or the user deck. Now my user deck is a little bit busted, so we're gonna go into the story deck. Maybe Bakura will have a little bit of a chance. One thing that I do like is that, if I'm correct, that is the only loading screen, and it does give you a card to read really quick. By the time you're done with reading the card, you're pretty much into your game. Rock, paper, scissors is the deciding factor of who goes first and who goes second. And at first I thought that, because it does give you a random rock, paper, or scissors, I thought that they would always give you the win. That's not true. That's not exactly what happens. So the thing that I do love most about this, I'm not surrendering. Oh, and I don't get the draw card. What am I thinking? Is that it plays just like, that's right, just like the older Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that I was used to. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Games in who knows how long, but just being able to come back into this game in particular and already know how the mechanics of how everything works. Not saying that they I don't think they could have done it a different way, but I think it was a really good way for them to do this and to hold on something that's old and gold, so true to it. And now he's gonna summon Headless Knight. That's stronger than any monster I have in my arsenal, so he's gonna attack over my Magician of Faith. I'm gonna get that graceful Charity back into my hand. And yeah, what I do like about these story decks is, for the exception of this one I just don't like at all. All the other ones pretty much play into a theme. I actually played against Rex Raptor, and I was able to polymerization, because I was Joey, I was able to polymerization into Thousand Dragon, and I was also able to summon both, that's right, both the battle guards, the red battle guard and the green battle guard, to my side of the field. If you guys are wondering about the Forbidden List, I mean, I thought it'd be pretty obvious right now that it kind of, I mean, there is a Forbidden List, but it's not exactly what you would think it is, especially for the campaign. I'll be able to talk about that a little later. I'm going to follow with Pot of Greed. Why didn't I should have discarded the Summon Skull. I don't know why I did that. Why, please tell me. No! I'm a bot. Oh no, I have Dark Magician in Graveyard. So another thing I actually want to talk about is when certain monsters are summoned, the main characters and, you know, the main characters of the show, when their monsters are summoned, it does give you a little animation, what I thought was pretty cool. Right now I'm going to summon Dark Magician into attack position, blindly ignoring his face down card. It can be anything. So we're going to summon Dark Magician. As you guys can see, it has a very, very cool little intro into how he's summoned. And now we're going to go ahead and enter our battle phase and attack into his Mirror Force. Oh, he has no Mirror Force. I felt like I should have summoned a monster. So going into our main phase 2, I'm now going to go ahead and set face down my Flame Manipulator, and then we're going to go ahead and pass our turn. One thing I do love about this is the graphics. Like, oh my. I actually Exceed summoned into this game, and I wish I could show you guys right now, but this deck obviously doesn't run Exceed monsters because it was really cool. I haven't yet gotten to Synchro Summon, Pendulum Summon, or any of the other things, but I've gotten to do all that, and it is fun. Right now, Bakura is going to get destroyed because if I draw Polymerization, I'm gonna special summon Flame Swordsman. Okay, we're not, I'm serious. This is probably one of my least light decks, but it's still, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and normal summon this Furious Sea King to my side of the field. I don't think I've ever read that card. And then we're going to flip summon our Flame Manipulator. And now our Dark Magician is going, we're gonna enter our battle phase. We're gonna attack. No. So, oh, okay, that's kind of good, I guess. I don't like getting rid of my Horn of Heaven, but he's gonna give me 5 free cards. And as you guys can see, this literally is what happened in the the show. Morphing Jar will force Yugi to discard all his cards from his hand and potentially put his friends into the graveyard, which was no bueno. I'm pretty sure he has a Man-Eater Bug face down. You guys already see me summon Dark Magician. I had the materials to summon the Flame Swordsman to my side of the field, which was Joey's card. I had Taya's card as Dark Magician Girl, and Tristan's card, I'm pretty sure, is in this deck somewhere. So we're gonna go ahead and finish our turn. If I remember correctly, Tristan's card is Cyber Commander. I know the monster is fairly weak, but I'm pretty sure it's Cyber Commander. Right now, we are giving Yami Bakura the business. So I don't think we even need to do anything else. He's gonna set multiple cards face down. That's a lot of cards you got there, Yami Bakura. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely scared of that Morphing Jar right now, but we're gonna get a Monster Reborn. He's gonna activate Coffin Cellar and Just Desserts. All right, so he's playing Burn. This is fun. And I want to Raigeki him and not run into a Man-Eater Bug. You know what, we're gonna go ahead and Raigeki him. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. I hope his face down cards aren't a Mirror Force. I don't want to run into, it was a Man-Eater Bug. So hypothetically, I would have attacked with my Dark Magician. He would have destroyed the Dark Magician, and even if I would have attacked with these guys, if I predicted the Man-Eater Bug, I wouldn't have fared any better. So going into our battle phase, this should be enough for game, provided that he doesn't have anything. And he doesn't! Yami Bakura is about to get scraped by Yugi in the Dark Magician. I like saying Dark Magician like that. So yeah, as you guys can see, the campaign mode is pretty, like, as you guys can see, the robot guy is like telling you a story, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip through that. What I want to talk about is what you get. You get actually quite a few things when you first start playing. I don't know if you continue to get them, but you normally get a few cards. You get a reverse duel mode. You get a duelist that you can have a icon as. You get a new deck. You get so many things just for winning a duel. But the next thing I want to talk about is those victory points. Now, those victory points can be going into your card shop, and you can use them to buy all sorts of cool packs from every era, ladies and gentlemen. And it is really exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a Grandpa Moto pack because he does have the Gravekeeper cards. And let's see how it happens. I don't know, it's kind of addictive how this happens. So watch him open it. Like, that's hella cool. I gotta give him that. Like, that has me addicted to just like opening packs. I think I had like 14,000 or 16,000 coins or whatever. And the only thing I can do, I saw a Gravekeeper monster. I was like, I want all of the Gravekeeper monsters. So as you guys can see, I got 1,500 just for winning that one match. Packs are anywhere between, looks like 200 to, I would assume maybe 1,000 or so, but they seem relatively cheap. So yeah, this one's 200, the others are 400. And they seem relatively cheap. So, and getting cards isn't as hard as it seems. So yeah, I don't really have a problem with getting cards over the third-party software. I think that this is, you know, what obviously has its perks, that you definitely do get a story mode, and on top of that, you do have access to every card. So if you just play long enough. The next thing I want to talk about is the multiplayer. Now, I don't have internet. Well, I do have internet, but I don't have you know, a Switch account, or I'm sorry, a Nintendo account. I don't have a Nintendo account because this isn't my Switch, but basically ranked matches, which you guys would consider competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! You obviously are going to be able to get on the leaderboards, and I am pretty confident the TheCaliEffect, king of games, is #1 on that thing right now. And the next would be a player match, would just be almost like, if you guys are used to video games, there's like a ranked match where you play serious, and then there's like a quick play mode. That's exactly what player match is. And then local match is just playing around with people in your area. So there is support for this to be able to play with friends around you, as well as play online and meet some new friends. The next thing I want to talk about is the battle pack. Now, battle pack did not do so hot inside of regular or real life Yu-Gi-Oh, actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and it was discontinued. But for people that do remember battle pack, it is very much a thing in Legacy of Duelist, Duel Links. Really interesting to play. I've never been a huge fan about battle pack, so it's definitely there for the players that want to play sealed play or draft play. And it's a decent, I don't like it. Let's just put it that way. I just don't like it. But hey, the fact that this has something for just about everybody, it is what it is. The last thing I do want to talk to you guys about is your deck editor, because it is actually pretty expansive. You get 32 slots. I was going to say 36. You get 32 slots. And to be honest with you guys, if you guys are building over 32 decks, I don't know what you're doing. I legitimately don't know what you're doing. You're doing a lot. Slow down, my guy. But it does have some pre-constructed decks for the people that are very new into the game and whatnot. And again, go ahead and clicking on here. The controls are, well, I don't want to say they're confusing, because I didn't read the instructions. I didn't go through it. I just kind of like blazed through it. I was like, oh, I'll figure it as I go. But it's actually pretty cool that, here, one thing I do want to point out is that, I got to get to a card. Let me filter. No, it's not on filter. It's something I really want to show you guys. And it's so cool. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to go to a card like Amazon's Queen, and I'm going to go hit related cards. Wait, hold on. Come on, give me the related cards. I don't know how to do it. I feel so bad. All right, guys, so it took me way longer than I'd like to admit, but I figured it out. I was actually just hitting the wrong button. The only thing you do is go into your trunk, and then let's go on Elector, Sovereign, or Birds. You hit L, and you'll get related cards that could actually help you with your strategy, which I think is just amazing for deck building. Once I figured that out, I was like, oh, wow, that's actually, that's literally, if there was anything to take away from this game, any reason to buy it, if you are a new player and you're looking to combine some awesome strategies, or just trying to get into the game and don't necessarily have the funds to invest into a very expensive deck but still love it, then this game is actually really fun. It helps you, it teaches you to learn the curves. You get to play through these stories, all 6 stories, as well as you get a little bit of help with deck building. I mean, obviously it's not going to be the most perfect way of deck building, but it's more than I think anything has in its arsenal. As you guys can see, I went to Black Pendant, and it's already giving me burn cards to help me with a burn strategy, which I think is pretty cool. And if you guys can memorize it, like I will soon enough, you'll be able to actually go to cards like Banisher to Radiance. Like, I need Macrocosmos, but I found Banisher to Radiance. Just hit related cards, then you go to your Macrocosmos, or the cards that will be related to it, which obviously you guys already know, like the TheCaliEffect King of Games know, I would be able to find the card a little bit easier. So it's a very useful tool for the advanced players to find cards that they need, and for new players to figure out exactly what cards could work in conjunction with other cards. So that's what I really loved about the deck edit. Ultimately, I really want to play this game a lot more. We'll talk about that just in a second. But the good things about this game is, first of all, it separates itself from third-party platforms, the platforms that everybody loves to play, because those are playing Yu-Gi-Oh! This is an actual video game. Like, if you guys just want to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, that's great. But if you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And have a video game where you can actually go through the campaign, then this game is for you. Like, seriously, if you are a newer player that doesn't necessarily know if you want to test the waters into whether it's speed duels or the advanced format Yu-Gi-Oh!, this is probably the game for you. If you enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh! Worldwide Edition, this is the game for you, seriously. Now, that is like the hugest pros about this game. Now, there are some cons, some things that I don't necessarily like about this game. The first being, I feel as an advanced duelist, I don't know what to call it, it's very slow. Like, the interface of the game is like, I understand the draw phase, standby phase, and getting into the main phase. If there were like a combination or a button that you can push to make it go faster, if you guys are understanding what I'm saying, to actually get into the phases that you want to get into, or to skip, well, I guess there is a way to skip your, you know, the game constantly asks you if you want to activate, you just hold B just like all the other games. But I wish that there was a way to go just a little bit faster if you press a certain amount of buttons for the advanced player that just want to try to hop into the game. So my biggest gripe with this game is that it's legitimately exclusive to the Switch. I mean, for the people that do own Switches, I guess that's not a problem, but I actually had to get this off of my friend, get the Nintendo Switch off my friend so I can even play the game. I don't own a Switch as of current, and I swear, just getting a Switch from him was a complete pain. I had to threaten him and his lady, man, I had to swear myself to the Shadow Realm just so I could use this to do a video. Now, it was all in good fun, but still, I do wish that this was on other platforms, but at the same time, I feel even if it were on other platforms, I probably wanted to get it on a Switch anyways because it does emulate a Game Boy Advance. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of The Cali Effect. I actually do plan on giving a giveaway. That is right, a giveaway of this game. Let me know down below in the comment section. I will pick the best comment. Seriously, I'm just gonna pick the best comment down below in the comment section and give this game away to one special winner. And we'll be doing it on stream, as I will be streaming this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. The stream details will be down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.